I just finished with Leora, Leora. I got there at 8. Oh, well, I got there at about a quarter till 8, maybe 7:30. But they arrived about quarter till 8. I got started around a quarter after 8, maybe 8:30. I done an intake and I done an assessment, and there was a third thing I had to do and did not get done because of the time restraints before I had to go see my case manager, Angie, Miss Angie. Her name is Angela B. It says 1:30, but I'm sure it's 2:30. I'll find out when I get there. I should be able to get there on time. If not, I'll just be there when I'm there. I'm pretty sure it's 2:30, but we'll see. I'm getting there as soon as I can. That's all I know for sure. And I should have left sooner. I sure should have. Because it looks like I won't even be getting on another 10 until a quarter after 1. Which is kind of sad. And once I get on the internet, I'll be able to text her and tell her I'll be running late. Or tell her to reschedule me. I mean, we got to do the Friday thing. That's tomorrow. We need a 15-minute time frame or a half-an-hour time frame for that. But some of this stuff I suppose I could do on my own as soon as I get this battery charged on my phone. But I'm listening to the Holy Bible. I'm in Exodus now. I'm not sure which chapter, but when I started it back up, I started, I think, on Exodus chapter 6. It's in the middle of Pharaoh not letting go of the children of the Israelites. Somehow they become enslaved. The new Pharaoh did not honor the covenant from Joseph and his family. And the numbers got so strong that he enslaved them for fear that they would overthrow Egypt, which seemed to me like it would be an excuse, but still it's a legitimate concern regardless. But that's that. And I'm definitely still focused on getting to base camp on time, but probably late. As soon as I get on the internet, I'll be able to address that. And well, there's a measure of anxiety at all times, so I'm definitely, I don't know, neutralizing it, I suppose. Dealing with it, living it, that's for sure, living it. But it's okay to feel this way. There's nothing at all wrong with it. Nothing's going to go wrong. It's not going to affect my health. And the Lord does bear witness with my spirit that He takes care of my health and my mind. And I don't have to sweat it or panic or have any anxiety attacks or panic attacks or anything like that. I'm just going with it, and I'm working with it. I'm dealing with life on my terms. It's okay to feel any which way, as long as I'm behaving incorrectly. And behaving correctly means doing the coping skills, which is exactly what this journal is for. This is what I call T.A.S.T.E. It stands for Take a Sober Test Every Day. And I take these journals on a consistent basis so that I may be able to share with everyone else on the planet, anyone else that wants to share, talking about their everyday stuff. It may or may not be interesting, but it's my turn to talk. I take 5 minutes, hopefully never longer, but not much, and they can listen to whatever they want, or they cannot listen to whatever they don't want. They comment. That's really key. Commenting. And they can leave links or whatever, so I can listen to their comments on their pages. I think you have to sign up for that, and I did sign up for it. I'm not sure when it will take effect, or if I have to prompt it, or what have you. But next thing I have to focus on is getting this paid. I think I can get Heather or Jonathan to pay for the next YouTube payment, but I still may be able to use the Pi extension to eliminate most or all of the ads and just not even worry about whether or not I have ads, or even a premium account, because the studio itself isn't limited by anything just because it's premium or not premium. The only thing I think that I'm pretty sure the only thing that premium does is eliminates the ads, so they can get their money without giving me ads. Every time you click on a link for an ad, it gives them a monetization of some sort, and altogether it makes it worth it, I suppose. But for the millions of people, I suppose it should be worth it. Advertising is the way to go, I'll tell you. If you were in advertising right now in the digital era, you definitely, advertising would be the key for monetizing. But it's not exactly a passive income. You got to keep that updated. You have to stay on top of everything. You can make it a passive income just by administrating, but even administration is hands-on. So passive income would be owning properties and renting them out with enough extra to live on. And I can do that with just one house. But I hope to own 4 altogether, 3 in Ohio, 3 in Florida, and 1 in Ohio. Don't want to spend a lot of time in Ohio. I only want to do this in the summer. So I'll hire minor maintenance in the winter. Everything else can wait till springtime, and I can come and do it myself or be there in person while they're doing it. Because I can hire a lot less expensive help for stuff that I can oversee at all times. It's not passive that way, but it's passive enough. It'll give me an income. Gotta manage it. Managing it is the key. And I can hire a manager, but that takes time too. I want to make sure I hand feed that training to the manager. And I gotta make absolutely sure I got someone on up and up. It can be someone in recovery, but I have to be prepared to replace them or to do it myself. All the way up until I'm old, all the way up until I can't any longer. And at that point, I'll have to turn it over to a property manager. But I won't have this received from me or anything. I will make sure it goes on with the lineage. That's the purpose. Ever since the beginning of the Bible, that was always the purpose of humanity, to prosper and multiply. That was the purpose. That was our goal. That was what God told us to do when we were exiled from Eden. We have to replenish the earth. We have to multiply, carrying it through the lineage. That's the goal. That's the key component to optimum survival. I mean, survival is one thing, but living your life is another. That's what I'm focusing on doing now. Living my life, and I want to live my life in accordance with God's will, so that I can get back. I want to leave this place in better condition than where I found it. And I want to be directly involved in it. I want to be responsible for bringing people to salvation. Even more so than having brought them away from salvation, which I showed a lot, and I'm remorseful for it. Masikira makatoria starabagatala starabaha. Ora sikira makataria starabagalaria staraba. Moya shakyara aya staramakataria starabagaha. Speaking in tongues, I don't know how that will transcribe. But I do know that Gemini, the paid subscription of Gemini, does a real good job of transcribing. I gotta look much closer to make sure it's accurate, but once it's transcribed, then I'll edit it for structure, sentence structure and paragraph structure, while leaving intact all of the information and my touch on the whole thing. So I'll find the areas where there's me being unctioned by the Holy Spirit to speak in tongues, to pray in tongues, to meditate in tongues, because that edifies myself. And I practice of doing that and edifying myself. It has sustained me throughout the years. It is now time to prosper. And prosperity is not for me. Not for me alone, but not for me at all. Any extra I have is not mine. I will be a faithful servant of those things. I will be a faithful steward of those things. Because I know they not belong. They do not belong to me at all. They belong to the individuals that God leads my way and gives me creative ways of sharing. I'll be getting off the bus soon, so I'll end this one and I'll start a new one next.